Hi guys, this is Roscoe and welcome to a quick look / review of the Hot Toys Ed 209. You could class this as the 2.0 as it was released a number of years back, and they also did a battle damage version a number of years back. My collection sort of almost felt incomplete due to passing or missing on those original ones. Something about Robocop which I've always wanted in the collection, and was part of Hot Toys history as well. But so happy that they've announced, or they did announce, this new one. When it came time to picking it up, it was going for quite a lot of money, and I cancelled my pre-order. However, about a month after it arrived in Australia, eBay had a sale on. And I was able to pick this up for 300 Australian, brand new and sealed. So the shipper box was sealed. I picked it up from a seller in Perth, the other side of the country, here in Australia, and that equates to about $230 or $240 US at the moment. So got an absolute bargain. Let's go take a look at the packaging first. We have quite a large box, Ed 209 written on the top, showing a nice picture of the robot, Ed 209. Comes in a shipper box with a handle, just like with most other large Hot Toys figures. Once you open the shipper box, you have this, you have the warnings on the back and the credits. Once you open this, you have a polystyrene inner box with a lid, and that safely and securely holds all the parts of Ed safely. It's very light, the actual inner box, but those of you know polystyrene, it's actually quite sturdy as well, so nothing arrived damaged. So that's very good. You get the instruction leaflet that's attached to the inner flap of the box once you open it. You can see how certain things operate, how to assemble certain things. This one has a lot more information than some other instructions you get. Also shows you how to install the batteries, the AAAs, to operate the voice activated feature, which, sorry to say, I won't be showing you guys today. There are a few other reviews that show that, but I'm not really too fussed about light up and sound features, to be honest. I'd rather just pose my collectibles and look at them than go through undoing all the battery packs and things like that. So sorry about that if you're expecting me to show that, but from reviews I've seen and heard, the voice isn't very accurate. It's like some factory work actually record their voice and they slowed it down. However, with the Robocop figure, that seems to be pretty spot on, which I'll cover in my next review. You also get a battle damaged arm. That's really cool. Comes covered in foam around here to protect it. You have all these loose wires. Really cool. The detail on there is actually very good. There's a lot going on. And a lot of the joints on this figure are ratchet. You sort of see those cogs there. See, it clicks and locks into place. It's very strong, which is what you want. Obviously that clicks in with the ball joint there, so you have the 360 movement once that goes in there as well. So you could say this figure can be changed into a semi-battle damaged figure. So that's quite nice, but I'll keep mine in the clean look. You get the remote control, which doubles as a really nice display nameplate. You get the off on there. Pull that tab out to let the batteries be, operational. You press B or O for him to use these features. Very sound. So just like with my Robocop figure as well, which I also have, I'll just be displaying that beside them. And here is the big unit itself. It's absolutely huge. I got him in the actual shortest pose. You can see this sort of shaft here. I've got this pulled right down as low as he can go, just so I can fit it in my display. If you're a Robocop fan and you weren't collecting Hot Toys a number of years back, I'm sure you would have picked this up by now. They've gone with the rubber dome again, which I hope's done a lot better than the original. The original one perished and cracked and shrunk. Turned out really horrible. This one seems to be like glued down, shaped well. Some people are experiencing cracking already, which is pretty bad. I'll be keeping mine out of sunlight, so hopefully that stops the problem ever happening. Still seems pretty firm and plush and soft, so it doesn't seem to be having any issues so far. But if this sort of comes with like some sort of oily film, once I see that sort of starts drying out, I'll probably start putting some rubber protectant on it and that in future. Alright, articulation. I'll sort of go through what I can sort of see or remember. Don't usually like moving this guy around too much. You know, most poses, pretty simple poses, it looks pretty good, so I'm not one to fuss and fiddle around with you know, different things to be posed, especially with this guy. You got these wing sections, you can bend down and up. Obviously the arms can be twisted. It's because that articulation, like I showed you on the battle damage arm, that goes into a ball socket, so obviously you can move that 360. Then you have another joint in here which you can bend it straight up and down. So you've got plenty of range in the arms. These three little rocket pieces come separate, you have to slot them in. But you're better off reading the instructions. You have to maneuver this sort of part around first before you can slot them in. There's a couple little steps to do first, they don't just sort of slide straight in. This one won't fall out because it's touching this. You'll have to push that in, play around with this. It adjusts and goes in a different direction, then you can pull that out. So keep an eye on those. If you're moving around the figure, they'd be prone, the bottom two especially, be prone to falling out and going missing. So they're the three rockets. Love the detail on the arm. Looks like real machine metal. Looks really good. You've got the cabling. Got these sort of pistons. All the warnings, and you can move the toes, I call them toes, slightly. You can twist them this way. I think they twist in here somewhere, basically in here. This whole part, you have to sort of force it quite a bit. You can slide that right up to the top to get him standing a lot taller. And you can also pivot in the legs. Looks like a ball joint in there, so you can sort of give it that full circular movement there and angle them in or out. And you also have another sort of section in here. You see the rubber sort of boot there, where you can angle the head forwards and backwards. So you can do plenty of poses with this. They're very stiff and very firm, so you've got to be very careful when you move it. Sometimes it feels like you're going to break it, and it just makes that clicking sound. It almost sounds like a break, but it's just the mechanisms locking in. The legs come separate in the box. You have to click them on from memory. I think they clicked on in here somewhere. It's very hard to remove them. There is a video on YouTube at the moment that shows you how you can pull them off again, so you can repack it back in the box. But I won't have to worry about that for quite some time, if at all. So there is a way, but yeah, search for that video on YouTube if you're wondering. Overall, it's an excellent looking figure. It's huge, a great display piece to go with Robocop, and I really hope they do a Robo-Kane. That's the robot that I associate with Robocop growing up. A lot of people will probably associate Ed 209 more so, but Kane was the one that really freaked me out as a kid. So you got all these other parts that they can slide around and move. There's lots of little things that you can play around with, which I actually haven't played around with myself. As I said, I'm happy just pulling it out, posing it basically and just leaving it. Do not want to break anything, so all in all, excellent figure. If you can pick it up for a bargain like I did, you'll be very happy for it. So at $550, $600, you probably think twice. But yeah, 300 Australian or 230 US, absolute bargain, and very happy to finally have it in my collection. So the collection feels a little bit more complete by having him now, after all these years of just looking at having him in other people's collections. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this review and look at Ed 209. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next video, and that will be of my die-cast Robocop. Bye for now.